Hey guys, good day to you. So, you can see where I'm at, so you know what today is going to include. I did pick up a job today, even though today's Veterans Day, so let me say a couple things. But before that, let's just get through the overused intro, and I will show you where I'm at. So you guys know, to bring you up to date, I was able to paint the panel last night. I was able to cut the hole and put the electrical box in. I put the electrical box in when the panel was still wet with paint. So that's why I got like paint, like, well, not really all over, but kind of all over. The generator is completely installed. I am going to finish, or I'm not going to finish, I want to install the electrical outlets right there. So that's that, and that's where I'm at. I did pick up a job today, which is awesome, and it's a holiday, but it'll work. Has been extremely meek. I'm going to turn this down so that you guys don't, you guys can hear it in the background, but okay, now I can talk and not rush. I was able to pick up a job today, which is great because I haven't had a lot, so I did that today. So I also have to clean up like all this mess that's in here before I take off today, because, you know, having paint spill and stuff move all over, that wouldn't be a good thing. A little while later, the electrical outlet is 100% done. The next thing is going to be hooking the battery to the other battery up front. I totally just missed it.
You did.
Dang it, then it took the camera a while to boot up. It looked like a boob coming out of the bowl. It was sticking to the bowl. Angie's making sourdough. It was sticking to the bowl. She had the bowl upside down, and it was just like...
This is a sleepy sourdough because it's too cold in here.
It's too cold? That's because it's cold outside. I mean, it's not like Canada cold or Alaska cold or none of it cold.
It's the same
None of it gets cold, right?
in Canada where I lived as it is right here, right now. I bet you within like a couple of degrees Celsius.
See, I'll bet you it's not, because it's like 50-something Fahrenheit here. And in Canada, it's something Celsius. So that's completely different. So I'll let you know, too, the outlet has been wired.
Yeah?
It has.
That's exciting news.
It is exciting news. And the job that I had today kind of fell through.
Oh, did it?
But it didn't. He called me there for a diagnostic for a coolant leak, and then he texted me back and said, oh, I found it, but I still want you to come out and make sure. So I'm like, all right, I'll be there. Oh, you're always so good at that. Spank the baby. Spank it. I'll spank you. Spank me.
No, I'm not spanking.
I'll get hair in it. Add some flavor. So now that you have that in there, will it come out easier, or?
Oh no.
Oh no. She's like, oh no. Well, there's a rainbow starting, and there's also some storm clouds in the sky. I just got through coming back from O'Reilly's to check out the wire that I was talking about that I needed. I'm about ready to go out on that job. I just thought that you guys might like to see, you know, the storm sky. And the rainbow that apparently has disappeared now. I'm on the constant lookout for places to take pictures of the bus for advertising purposes, for Facebook and the website, the business website and stuff. So this time of the year, and after the leaves started changing color, I've been looking for places that I could like park it and get a picture, and I did find one, and I have taken a picture several weeks ago, but it wasn't of me. I would like to, not that I want pictures of me, because I don't photograph well, I never have, but I do like the fact that if people can see me before I get to the house, then they'll know like who they're expecting. So I would like to get a picture of me with the bus, but that hasn't happened so far. Well, that appointment's done, and I wasn't there for very long. It's 4:15 right now. I got there at 3, and yet it's getting dark outside. I know, it's the same thing every year, but it's always hard to make that adjustment. So I'm hungry. We go from talking about daytime, nighttime to I'm hungry. I am hungry. All right, I pulled the trigger. Here it is. O'Reilly's delivered this to me earlier. So this is the generic red and black wire. It looks like licorice, doesn't it? Like red and black licorice. Now I'm really hungry. The first thing to do is negative cable here to ground spot there. So I'm going to make a cable to accomplish that. That's the one cable that I know that we absolutely need, and we know what length we need for that as well. I do not know the length for from here to the back of the power inverter. I don't know that length yet because I don't have the shelf and everything set up. So I'm gonna wait to do that one until later. But the other one that we can do, not tonight, but the other one we'll be able to do is the one from here all the way up to the battery box up front. So I also ordered a fuse because I convinced myself, it's like, you know something, especially with this power wire being ran underneath the vehicle, I need to have it fused. That's the only smart way to do it. I can't cut corners on this. So I also have a 250 amp, 220 amp fuse, 225, something like that. A very big, maybe 150. I think it's lower. I think it's like 120 because it doesn't have to be that big. I think it's like 120 amp fuse that I have. That'll be here tomorrow, I hope. So we can continue doing this. So for tonight, before dinner, I'm going to see if I'm able to get this taken care of, solder some stuff together. Angie just let me know that dinner's ready. So I'm going to go and indulge in some food. This right here is one of the terminals. I had to make the hole a little bit bigger on it. But we have the first terminal there, and it fits, so that's great. I just have to strip back this right here and solder that to it, put some heat shrink tubing on it, and then cut it. You guys will see it when I do it. Cut it and put another terminal on it for over there. But like I said, it's dinner time. Let's go grab some grub. Grub grabbing. I was told there was food, and the food is tacos. It's not even Tuesday. It's like we dance around every day but Tuesday.
Well, like, I'm too busy this week, so we're doing it now so that there'll be leftovers for you tomorrow.
Oh, that's wonderful. I like leftovers.
I have a busy week ahead of me again.
I like tacos because tacos like me. Hey, have you seen the video where they take a taco or a tortilla and they slap each other with it?
Yes.
Oh, oh, you've seen that? Am I the last one to see this?
It appears you are.
Oh my gosh. I just saw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson get slapped with a tortilla and I thought it was funny. I can't remember who the other guy was. Kevin Hart, does that sound right?
I'm not sure.
No.
I don't remember.
Nobody knows. It's like, yeah, I've seen people get slapped with them, but I don't know who's gotten slapped.
All right, eat.
She's going to do it again. This is what I didn't cap. Oh! This is what I didn't cap. Oh! Wow, you almost lost both of them.
That would have sucked so bad.
I was hoping for it. The bread, not the bowl. I'll lick the bowl.
I almost lost the
Wow.
bread.
Wow, yeah, it did. It rose quite well. It's been a while since we've done this. It's been so long since we've done this, there's no way that we can get caught up on comments. So I have taken it upon myself to go through and find everybody's questions or prominent comments that you have asked within the last 4 vlogs, and here they are. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Francis Royer. Hi guys. Well, out walking every second day right now.
Nice.
Yes, I get tired, but feel good. Hoping next week to go out to the store shopping a bit, lol. Yes, feeling much better.
Yay.
That's good news. Ben Massey. Morning.
Evening.
No, that's morning. Just dawned on me. Oh, I see what you did there. Morning, dawn. The bus. What did you just do?
I just adjusted things and laughed
Oh, I
at
thought you flipped me off or something.
No.
The bus makes sense to me. You take Phoenix to and from school in it, so very ironic and fitting, lol. Yes.
I say van. I can't wrap my head around a bus because it's not a bus.
Well, it's hard for me to also call it the bus, but when you're in it and you're driving it and you go over a bump and the whole thing just kind of like, does the whole bus kind of wait roll when you go?
I've never driven it, so
Well, we got to change that.
I don't know if we need to.
Joe Poppenhagen, $20 super thanks. And you say
Aw.
thanks, and I say
Thanks.
thank you. Oh, again, you have no idea how much that means, and I really appreciate it, especially going into December. December is court time. Scare Hollow. Does the back of the bus, have a QR code big enough to scan? That would be easy for people to get the info from. Originally, with the wrap design, I was going to have a QR code, and then Angie brought it to my attention that if you don't get the correct QR code, or if you don't, you have to be careful because they expire.
No, some of them do. You could have
Some
put
of them
one
do.
on.
Well, right.
Yeah.
But some of them do. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So that kind of freaked me out to have something permanent on the side of the van. So I decided not to do that. But this gives me the opportunity to make my own and put it on there.
I didn't know that was the only reason you didn't do it, because there's plenty of places to make them. Like, I use them constantly for the school,
Oh,
and they're permanent. As long as the address doesn't change.
right. So, I don't know.
But even if you did have one done, if I recall, the guy said it's a separate sticker that they put on top anyway.
Right. Yeah. Some of the lettering on the van is separate from the actual wrap itself, and they just do that because sometimes the wrap is like not perfect or whatever, and they want to make sure that they get the lettering on there perfectly. That's what they told me. Jesse Adventure. Just want to give you an update. A couple weeks ago, my grandpa went to the hospital for pneumonia. He was there for a week or two. He went into a rehab center. He caught COVID.
Oh, no.
He went back to the hospital. We will be bringing him home on hospice, which is a good thing. He doesn't like being in the hospital.
Aw.
Well, I'm really glad that he's coming back home, but being on hospice, as far as that's like end of the journey kind of stuff, right?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we're wrong there.
I hope I'm wrong there, but we wish you guys absolutely the best. And Jesse has two more things on here. We'll get back to you. Hold on. JBB3 Design. At least I tried to bring more business your way, but Nate found a way to fix his car and posted it on his YouTube channel. Well, I appreciate it. It all helps. It puts bugs in. Ooh, that's so warm. That feels good.
I know, it's so nice and cozy.
Okay. It puts bugs in people's ears, and that's a good thing, as long as they're not real bugs. Or
Like
the
bugs in
electronic
your
bug.
ears.
That's bad too. Van Nile NSX. If you're not making money, you're spending money. No truer words have ever been spoken. I mean, that's completely true. Before work today, I wasn't making any money, and I went out and I bought some wire. And then I went out and worked, and I was making money. I didn't spend any money, so yeah. Jesse Adventure. See, told you I'd get back to you. $9.99 super thanks to Angie. She's doing an awesome job volunteering. Go get yourself a nice drink at Starbucks on me.
That's very sweet of you, Jesse.
That's very awesome.
Thank you.
Tarkus Head. Love WKRP. Dr. Johnny Fever. In fact, I took a shower tonight, and which is TMI, I know, but I was singing the WKRP theme song in the shower.
Were you really?
I was.
I didn't hear you.
No, not loud. I was
Oh.
like, I didn't want to be.
Being all quiet.
Oh, I was being. Sean Regal, as someone from Cincinnati, that image shows up all over the place during Thanksgiving.
Oh, I bet it does.
That is so funny. You know, if I had infinite money and time, I've actually wanted to go to these old 80s shows and refilm, like, then versus now. There's several Facebook pages that show, like, movie places, like then and now, what they look like now, what they look like then from the movie clip. And that interests me, like, so much. So I would love to go and refilm all these TV shows, the intro, and do like the characters then and now also. I think it would be a very interesting project to do, but of course I don't have the time and I don't have the money. So that idea is just gonna have to sit back in the back of my head. Van Nile NSX. Good to see Troy stepping up and fixing dinner on busy nights. Fixing dinner isn't a phrase Canadians commonly use. We would more likely say making dinner or preparing dinner, but not fixing dinner.
Yeah.
There's my boring observation. after you said that, it's like, oh yeah, what was wrong with dinner that you had to fix it?
Yeah, I've always thought that's funny. I'm fixing. Anytime
that's
anybody
a
says that,
Southern thing.
I'm fixing to do this, or I'm fixing to do that, or
Well-
I'm fixing dinner, or it just.
Well, then that would be like, I'm fixing to fix dinner.
Well, I guess it would be.
Because
it's
that's-
a double fix.
It's a double fix. Jesse Adventure. See, told you we'd get back to you. Oh, I have a question for Angie. So I Google, what do they eat for Canadian Thanksgiving? And it looks like you eat pretty much the same as us, but my question is there any special food you make that's Canadian?
Oh. For Thanksgiving? Down
Thanksgiving
here, no.
or anywhere. I mean, because if you go to like other countries, they have like special foods. And I'm reading into your question, but
Is there something I make that you thought was weird
no.
going in?
Canadians usually, from what I've seen, eat healthier than we do here. For instance, okay, so Thanksgiving meals,
Actually-
Angie thinks that there's a lot of brown in our meals.
That could just be my family. I don't know.
Oh,
My family sets a table. There's a lot of vegetables and greens on it, and I just find that there's often a lot of like starches and gravies and breads and like
Yeah.
just like brown everything.
bread, brown.
Yeah.
Turkey, brown.
Like quite often, if we're doing a big grocery shop before a big event, I get all stressed out like, oh, we have to get to the store or all of the fresh vegetables will be gone. And we go in and it's like, there's all you could ever want for vegetables, but all of the junk food's gone.
Pumpkin pie, brown. Apple pie, brown. Pecan pie, brown.
We have pumpkin pie and apple pie.
Mashed potatoes
Pecan
mixed
pie,
with gravy,
I had
brown.
never had pecan pie until I came down here. And that's not to say that people don't eat it up there, but I had never had it. It's
Green
very
bean
sweet.
casserole, greenish brown.
People eat that, but it's not real. I'm not real big on it because I don't like my green beans to be cooked into a mush. I think that is absolutely vile.
Stuffing, brown.
We eat stuffing.
I'm just
I mean,
saying
we eat all the
there's
same things.
there's a lot of brown.
We do like yams and stuff like that, like we do down here. but-
UPS, brown, but you're not going to eat UPS. Okay. Van Isle NSX. First, translate to English.
I gotta try to
First.
find something that we eat up there that you guys don't. Oh, I know. What do you call them? I don't remember what they're called.
Touch me in the morning, then just walk away.
The little pies. They're almost like a pecan pie, but they're not.
Pecan.
Pecan. What the heck are they called? I'll have to get back to you on that. Let's table that one for tomorrow.
Try to think of it.
Okay.
When was the last time you saw a white horse?
I don't know. That's not gonna help me.
No.
I don't like it when you do that to me.
Sometimes you just ask somebody, when was the last time you saw a white horse? You try to think about the last time you've seen a white horse, and what you were trying to think of pops into your head. Sometimes it works. It doesn't work on her. Just like staring at the light when you go to sneeze, that helps you sneeze, but not hurt. I don't know. Halloween for if I was you, Troy, I would think, or I would just buy some new wire and not destroy what you've made for the float, so that you don't have to do it again someday. Yeah, I agree, and that's why I did end up pulling the trigger on getting that wire, because I made the stuff for the float really well, and I didn't want to ruin it. Whirly Bird Productions, just curious why you're not venting the exhaust through the floor of the bus. Well, two things. Number one, the floor has like some vinyl stuff on it that I didn't want to melt or catch fire. So there's the one major thing. Also, if I vented the exhaust underneath the bus, then it could have, if I'm working on a job, then the exhaust would have went like all over. I felt at least putting it through a wheel well, it would be kind of like on one side of the vehicle, and hopefully the wind would carry it away.
That's what it is. The butter tarts. I don't know why that was
Butter
so hard.
farts.
Butter tarts. And it even says right here, Canadian butter tarts.
That's a blank string. Oh, okay. Canadian butter farts.
Butter tarts, they're so good. I should make some. You would like them because they're very sweet.
Oh, I'm sure I would like them. You should make them. You should make them for this Thanksgiving.
Nah, I don't have time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just worried that over time the heat will cause issues with the tire. No. So it doesn't blow directly onto the tire. And think about this. tires in the summertime in the sun, they're like 120 degrees or more, so the tires can take a whole lot. I'm not worried about that at all, but I appreciate you being concerned. Also, I would be careful with the fire blanket. I was going to buy one for my kitchen, but after reading the reviews, I decided against it. Everyone said that the blanket's made out of very loose fiberglass that immediately gets all over you and everything else. Granted, I guess it's better than a fire. You might also look into getting a battery generator for the bus, and since the roof is so large, you might even mount a large solar panel to the roof to keep it charged. Only problem is they're pretty pricey.
Yeah.
Solar panel at the top does two things. Costs a lot of money. Yes, it may be something that I look into in the future, so you are absolutely right, but it also increases the height of the van, which is already pretty freaking high.
How much do they weigh?
Oh yeah, that's an.
It's like,
that's
I
a good
already
thing,
feel like
too.
it's like.
What I would like to do is I would like to find a scale and drive it onto the scale and then find out what the specifications are for the dry weight of the vehicle and find out how much weight I've actually added to this thing, because it is
Probably should
substantial.
do that no matter what. Don't you think?
Well, yes, yeah, I will. So what was the other thing? Oh, the loose fiberglass. You're absolutely right. We had taken one of these, and it was actually our fire blanket in the tent for
Yeah.
underneath the. Actually, it wasn't one of the. Oh, it was.
Yeah, it was. Is when the first time we tried it out, and we were being extra cautious, just testing everything out to see how it worked, and we were like,
We
okay,
put it
we
underneath the stove.
got this blanket out, and then we were like, oh,
There's-
this is leaving fibers everywhere. We thought it was dust at first, and we were like, oh, that's not dust.
Yeah, it's not dust, it's actually fibers, so you're absolutely right about the fiberglass, so it will stay in its container unless it's absolutely needed. And then I think maybe somebody's asked on here, or maybe I missed the comment, but I want to say it right now and I can reference it later if I find it. Somebody had asked about a fire extinguisher. Yes, that is definitely on my list to get that on the bus along with the spare tire that it still does not have. Because somebody wanted to charge me $100 for a used spare tire, and I thought it was too much.
Yeah.
Ben Massey, you've used scrap wood, random nuts and bolts, and ingenuity while doing the van bus build, so I think it's completely okay to purchase a new one-wire piece. Don't undo good work that's completed and paid for. The new van/bus piece. See, you have a hard time calling it a bus too.
It's a van.
It's a bus. It will be way less expensive than replacing the float cord to redo in the future. Good luck. I totally agree with you. Thank you. 360 Chris 88. Thanks, Troy. You're absolutely welcome. Ralph and Jason, breakfast for dinner. I've done that my share of times. It's always a good dinner.
So fun. Why is that so fun?
I don't
Everybody
know.
enjoys having breakfast for dinner.
Just the adventure. Glad that the van/bus is close to being completed. Well, the fan just shut off.
Buffy was like,
Yeah, Buffy stopped. She was like, what was that? Nicole Flynn, happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans that are currently serving and that have served. Thank you for everything that you have done and still do for our country. Absolutely, yes. And, okay. I will refrain from making any kind of political statement. I will simply say thank you, everybody, for giving us the freedom that we've had so far. And I guess I didn't come back on that comment. If you were the one that said something about a fire extinguisher, I read it somewhere, so you know that I read the comments. I just can't remember who said it. So there we go.
why is my blanket not hot anymore?
I don't know,
Cold
because
now.
everything shut off. Okay, happy hunting. See you guys tomorrow.
Where's the
Say goodnight.
clicky clicky? You have it and it's off.
I didn't off the clicky clicky. There we go.
Thank you.
I clicky clickied it.
Good night.
Good night.